that's all for review. Let's put our whiteboards away and get out a piece of paper for your spelling quiz today. We have only 29 words on the quiz today, a pretty short list compared to the last ones. I think our last one had like 36 or 37. It was a long one.
37.
Okay, so we need to number our page to 29. Can you all join me in saying the poem, The Crocodile? As we number our page, The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spread his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. Nethra, do you want to do it for us as we continue numbering our pages?
It says the crocodile recitations are on Bright Thinker. If I do it now, do I have to send the crocodile recitations too?
Yes, please. I do still want you to put it in Bright Thinker. It should only be about 20 or 30 seconds. That's how long some of the other ones have been. Very short little video.
The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, neatly spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishies in with jaws. The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll.
Very good expression, Nethra. Try to make it a little bit louder, though, next time that you recite it. Okay, anybody else want to give it a shot before we do our quiz? How about Arjun? And Arjun, I think sometimes for your poems, you go a little too fast. Can you try to slow it down?
The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin and neatly spread his claws. He welcomes little fishies in with gently smiling jaws. The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll.
Great job. That was very improved with slowing down and really able to hear each part of it. That was excellent, Arjun.
Thanks.
Yep, you all need to submit your videos by today, if possible, to Bright Thinker. And I have the video in there again, showing you how to upload a video in case you need to see that again. Just a little tutorial to show you how to do it. Yes, Arjun?
Do you have to wear your school uniform? Because I didn't. Since I had
No,
classes
okay. I know it happens sometimes at other times of the day for you.
Since I had like swimming class at 9, which I have to go on Fridays, that's why I was doing with my swimming outfit.
Yeah, that's fine. You are not the only one. There's a lot of people who do it without their uniform. Okay, let's get ready for our quiz. Who has their page numbered to 29? Ready to go. Okay, if you're not done numbering your page, don't worry about it. You can just finish as you go along. Okay, word number 1. Arjun, I saw you got kicked out. Boys and girls, I will have this recorded so that if there was ever a problem, you could watch it on YouTube later, finish up. And also we'll go over them a second time at the end of the quiz. So if you miss any, don't worry, we'll just do it at the very end, going over all of them again, okay? Word 1, expense. Expense. What was the expense of the Christmas presents this year? Expense. Number 2, expensive. Expensive. As in Princess Irene has lots of expensive toys. But all she wants to do is play outside. She doesn't want fancy toys. Expensive. Number 3 is respond. Respond. As in, did you respond to your grandma's call? Respond. Ooh. Number 4 is response. 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 Like, please fill out the response to your question. Number 5 is responsible. Responsible. So he was being very responsible by helping out his baby sister. Responsible. Number 6 is apply. 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 So do you think that you will apply to be in chess club? Apply. Number 7 is the past tense, applied. Applied, past tense. He applied for summer camp last week. Applied. And number 8, application, last of the apply words. Application. She filled out the application for her new job. Application. Next is number 9, difficult. Difficult. Number 10, difficulty. And he had great difficulty in finishing his assignment. Difficulty. Number 11 is scene. Scene. As in, what is the scene of the story at the beginning? Scene. Number 12, scenery. What beautiful scenery when it snows. Scenery. Next, number 13, scissors. Scissors. Number 14 is ascend, which means to go up. Like he will ascend the escalator. Ascend. And number 15, descend. Descend. Okay, we're about halfway through. Take a moment to stretch. Those last two were ascend and descend. Who's all caught up? 15 words so far. Excellent. Okay. Who's ready for number 16? What is that, Adarsh? An ice pack?
Is this some kind of thing to do on your back?
Can I see it?
This.
Oh, like a massager. That's cool.
His brother's calling him.
Yeah, I don't know if he realizes Adarsh needs to be in his class. In the middle of a quiz. Okay, number 16. Who's ready for it? Loosen up. Forgot to remind you all at the beginning of it, but make sure you're in a pretty good posture. Keeping your head up high. If you're getting a little sleepy or hard to focus, sitting up straight helps with that. Helps you to keep your mind engaged. Come on, Chris, you're looking too sleepy over there. Lift up your head. That's better. Okay, who's ready for number 16 now? Number 16 is finally. As in, finally, it's Friday. Finally. Number 17 is finality. As in, He stated his monologue with finality. Doing things in a final way. Finality. Number 18 is next. Number 18 is develop. Develop, as in land development, is one of the reasons for changes in ecosystems. Develop. Number 19 is next, and some of you might know what it is. You could write that next. Envelop is number 19. Envelop. Envelop means to wrap around. Develop is to grow. Envelop is to wrap around. And number 20 goes with it. Envelope. 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 Yes, Sasnov?
I'm getting a little mixed up. I have 16 finally, 17 develop, 18 envelope, and 19 envelope.
You're missing the word finality. You can just add that as number 20. Finality is what you're missing. Okay, moving on to number 21. 21 is circle. Circle. Number 22, circumstance. 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 Number 23, circumference, the area around a circle or distance around a circle. Circumference.
Miss Gardner, can you go a little more slower?
Yes, absolutely. Let me give you a little bit of a break. And once again, 21 through 23 were circle, circumstance, and circumference. Give me a thumbs up once you're ready with those three. Ooh. Okay. Number 24 is material. Material.
Miss Connor.
Yes, Krish?
So in circumference, I didn't have room, so I kind of had to squeeze the C inside.
That's okay. I think I'll be able to tell what happened or how it's spelled.
Okay.
You have very good handwriting. It would be tricky if it was a person with bad handwriting squeezing some letters together, but I think I can figure yours out. Okay, number 25 is mere, as in a mere, sprinkling, mere. Number 25. Number 26 is suggest. 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 Number 27, suggestion. Suggestion. Number 28, Senate. Senate. And 29, senator. Okay. That's okay, Chris. You're showing me you're done with your work, but that's okay. I don't think anybody could have read any of those words. Does anybody need me to say them again? Looks like lots of you do not. I am going to say them one more time for those people who do need it. But if you don't need it, you can just take some time to kind of stretch, take your eyes off the computer, just glance over yours as I go over them and double check that you have what I write or what I end up saying. Okay, number 1, expense. Number 2, expensive. Number 3, respond. Number 4, response. Number 5, responsible. Number 6, apply. Number 7, applied. Number 8, application. Number 9, difficult. Number 10, difficulty. Number 11, scene. Number 12, scenery. 13, scissors. 14, ascend. 15, descend. 16, finally. 17, finality. 18, develop. 19, envelope. 20, envelope. 21, circle. 22, circumstance. 23, circumference. 24, material. 25, mere. 26, suggest. 27, suggestion. 28, senate. And 29, senator. Okay, I'm going to open up the chat for you to write the number of something if you still need anything. You still need the number of, or any word specifically, write the number in the chat. Nothing? Oh, sorry. I missed.
Wait.
Okay. 4, Shitish, is response. And 21 is circle, Rashi.
Wait, but what was number 3 then?
Respond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, respond and response. Yeah, both of those. Rashi, do you need anything else? Okay. Well, at this time, we're going to do a little well-ordered language together, some songs, and create some of our own interrogative sentences. We've been learning about interrogative sentences all week long. We're going to create some today. And we will also do the last 2 roots. We've done a longer than usual grouping of root words because there were so many good logos derivatives. So we'll do the last 2 today. Would you all join me in, I'm going to move around and wake up a little bit. Let's do the Fable Jingle. I'm going to have the song on in the background. It's the very last of our songs in this well-ordered language workbook. You can follow along. The lyrics are on page 250. And I'd like to add some hand motions to this one. So I'll teach you some, but you can also think through some other good motions that would be good to add. A fable is a moral tale. A fable is not a fairy tale. A fable is short, direct and clear. Animals are characters, sneaky or sincere. Teaching lessons, not to be deceived. Fables warn us not to be naive. That's our Fable song. We're going to continue learning about fables throughout the rest of the next workbook too. At the end of each lesson, we have a little fable or poem. Would anybody like to try out the Fable song? Saisana?
Miss Gardner, I forgot.
Did you have some extra motions that you thought of?
No, but I was just going to ask you a question, but then I just forgot.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, Drisha, would you sing the Fable song for us?
A fable is a moral tale. A fable is not a fairy tale.
A fable is short,
direct and clear.
Animals are characters.
Animals are characters, sneaky or sincere. Teaching lessons not to be deceived.
Fables warn us.
Fables warn us not to be naive.
Great job, Drisha.
It's new.
I know it's still new, and we haven't been doing this one every day since it's not really like a part of speech that we need to memorize. It's more connected to our fun lessons in well-ordered language. Okay, boys and girls, let's go over the answers to page 207 to begin with today. And then we're going to go over a few sentences to create, interrogative sentences to create on page 209. Okay, please turn to page 207 in your well-ordered language workbooks. Oh, Sai, I missed that question from before. Study of Legos. Do you think it's legology or Legoology? I think it would be Legoology. Otherwise, it seems like it would be the study of legs if it was legology.
Miss Gardner.
Yes?
So, for math, not for math, for well-ordered, wait. Oh, yeah. Do we have any Kahoot games today, or?
I have a Kahoot game for you that is a review of all of the subjects for the week. Yes, so we'll do that at the end of class today. Okay, boys and girls. Yes?
After we're done with the well-ordered language pages for today, the whole notebook is done.
Oh, is that right? Oh my goodness, that's right, because the poem is the last part, but you don't write anything for the poems. This is a big day. I totally missed out on that part of it. You're right. This will be the last that you'll be writing in this well-ordered language workbook today. Kind of crazy. We are going to be using the notes page, though. Whoa, Adarsh is excited. Okay, boys and girls, 207. I'm going to call on a few different volunteers to tell me all of the parts of speech in the sentence. For example, you could say, I is the subject, and so on. Go on with the predicate verb. So not in order of the words, but in our order of analysis. Ahana, would you begin for us, and tell us the parts of speech for sentence A?
So must is our helping verb, I is our subject, leave is our predicate verb, and tomorrow is an adverb because it
Modifies.
when you have to leave. Because it modifies when you have to leave.
Very good. What do we point it to?
And we point it to the predicate.
Excellent. Always to the predicate verb, not to the helping verb. Okay. Next, will you be heading westward? Adarsh, could you tell us the parts of speech in this sentence? Come on, back to your spot. 207. I put it in the chat as well. Oh, I forgot to take the chat feature back off. So it's a little bit lost now. Study of Google, Googleology. That's a good one, Sai. That's a fun word, Googleology.
Ms. Gardner, you wrote 297.
Oh, 207. It mistyped. The 9 is right next to the 0. Okay. Again, Adarsh, would you tell me the answer to sentence B on page 207? You know what? I think you are finding your spot, so I'll get you for sentence C instead. Shatish, would you tell us the answer to each part of speech in sentence B?
In sentence B is, you will be the subject, heading will be the predicate verb, be and will be the helping verbs, and westward will be the adverb that modifies heading.
Excellent job, Shatish. That was kind of a tricky one. This is the first time, I think, that we've had 2 helping verbs in an interrogative sentence. We've had 2 helping verbs with declarative sentences. This is the first one for the interrogative sentence.
Wait, we had one for declarative sentence? I thought no. Where, wait, we were
Yeah.
there?
For example, we could change the order of this and say, you will be heading westward. And there were a couple of sentences kind of like that.
Oh.
Okay, Adarsh, are you ready to do sentence C now?
Okay.
Okay, can you tell us each part of speech in sentence C?
Did is the helping verb.
Good.
They is subject. Bring is a predicate verb.
Is there a direct object? Is there something they brought?
Yeah. Along.
What is it?
Maps.
Maps, good. What next? Along and to.
Who describes bring?
Good. It modifies the predicate verb.
Along and the is adjectives.
So the is an adjective, but along is an adverb, also modifying bring. It tells us how they brought it. They brought it along. Also, Adarsh, in English, almost always the adjective is before the noun. And if there's a word after the noun like this, it's an adverb. Okay?
Okay.
Good job. Rashi, can you do the last one for us?
Okay. So he is the subject. Ride is the predicate verb. Could is the helping verb. Behind is the adverb.
Excellent. Modifying.
Modifying ride.
Excellent. So far, and actually I think it'll be this way for all of third grade grammar, your adverbs will always modify the predicate verb. Okay, great job. How are you guys feeling about interrogative sentences? Thumbs up if you feel really good about analyzing these sentences. Sideways if it's just kind of good. Down if you're having a hard time with interrogative sentences. It seems like most of you are doing really well. At least with the new part is remembering helping verb is at the beginning. Thumbs up if you feel good about that part. Okay, let's take a look over here at page 209 now. And we're just going to do one of these as an example, and then you'll finish the rest on your own. Trish, could you read the instructions on page 209?
Okay. Was I on mute for the whole time?
Yes, you were already unmuted.
So it says, learn it. Imagine being at a basketball game with your family and then create 4 interrogative sentences using the following helping verbs and action verbs. What are action verbs?
Action verbs are the same as predicate verbs.
Okay. I never heard of it. That's
why. It's not as proper to say action verbs versus predicate verbs, but basically it just means a verb showing actual action.
okay.
Like dribbling, chuckling. Do you know what chuckling is?
No.
Rihanna, do you know what chuckling is?
It's like laughing in a low voice.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Laughing kind of in a low voice. There's shooting, yelling, munching. What about munching? Does anybody know what that one is?
It's like eating a food, like
Yeah, eating, but in kind of little bites. A lot of times you talk about munching for like chips or popcorn.
I thought
dunking, watching, passing, fidgeting. Do you guys know what fidgeting is? Fidgeting is like to not be able to keep still. You're always doing something.
Yeah.
Kind of playing with your hand.
And also,
Why-
I have a sentence.
Okay, just a minute. Ahana, why do you think fidgeting is part of the basketball game words? What might you see as far as someone's fidgeting at the game?
Like in case like it's the end of the game and like your favorite team is playing and you're like fidgeting, hoping them to win. Like you're like,
That's right. That's right. You might be fidgeting as you're excited about whether your team's going to win. Also, what about if you've got younger brothers and sisters who are really little, like toddlers? Do they like to sit still and watch a 2-hour-long game?
No.
No, babies and toddlers do not like that. Probably some of you guys don't like that either.
Some people.
But especially little babies and toddlers are going to start moving around and fidgeting.
Sometimes when my sister keeps going on the floor of the basketball.
Ever
Yep.
like that.
Never, never, ever, 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 ever.
Toddlers.
Oh yeah, toddlers don't.
I thought chuckling means like you laugh like little, like, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a little laugh, but Rihanna's correct in also saying it's kind of low. Try this, like,
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
that's like a little chuckle. Oh, Rashi, that's a good chuckle. Everybody do a little chuckle. Oh. Little chuckle.
Miss Gandhi, can I share my sentence?
Okay, yes, Krish. What's a good sentence using a helping verb from the list? Oh, it's good to get a little chuckle in, isn't it? Oh.
So I would say, are you going to are you dunking the ball in the hoop?
I like it. Are you dunking that ball in the hoop? Have any of you ever dunked a basketball before?
Yes.
Sometimes.
I have a trampoline.
Oh, with the trampoline, that makes sense. Dunking is when, rather than shooting the basketball, with your hand, you go all the way into the hoop. Slam it in. That's right, Arjun. Are you dunking the basketball?
That's why it's called a slam dunk.
That's right. They call it a slam dunk. When
Because you
it's-
slam the ball in the dunk.
Miss Gardner,
Okay.
I have a sentence.
Okay, I'll hear one more from Rashi. Krish's example was, are you dunking the ball into the hoop?
Mine is, are you chuckling while you are fidgeting?
Oh, I like that one. Are you chuckling while you're fidgeting? I can't imagine chuckling and fidgeting.
I sometimes do that.
No, do you?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else have a sentence they would like to share? Arjun?
Wait, two of them are short. I mean, three of them are short. Do you like dribbling? Do you like soccer? Or why are you fidgeting?
Good. That's not exactly following the directions in there, but they are all good good interrogative sentences. You're supposed to choose one of the predicate verbs from the list if you can. Like, are you, were you fidgeting earlier?
Okay, then.
Or were you yelling at the baseball game? Okay. Let's hear one more from Kshitij. Do you want to give a sentence?
Well, the easiest things to make with these sentences are you dribbling, are you chuckling, are you shooting, are you yelling, are you munching, are you drinking, dunking, are you watching, are you passing, are you fidgeting, are you cheering, or are you playing?
Nice.
To answer them all.
Yep, you can keep them short like that. Okay, boys and girls, we are almost done with our literacy time. We're going to finish up today by doing 2 new derivatives. And after today, we will finally be done with all of our Logos words. There were so many good ones, I had a hard time choosing.
Boink.
There's quite a few this week. And we didn't even include Legoology. So there's even more good ones.
Can we do Googleology?
And we didn't do Googleology either. How could we forget about Googleology?
Yes, I'm going to take the part out.
I said Googleology.
That's just a made-up word for the study of Google.
How about Scienceology?
Oh, just for general science?
Study of Google.
Study of Google.
Babyology. Babyology. Study of Sci.
Adarsh has a hanger there. Maybe he's going to study hangerology.
Old Lady Ireneology.
Babyology. Cute.
What?
Meteorology.
Miss Gardner. How about Old Lady Ireneology?
And always white.
Old Lady
Yes,
Old Lady
Tricia.
Ireneology. Old Lady Ireneology.
Can we do Googleology? Can we do great big large grandmotherology?
Granddaughter.
Ow.
You can add extra cards if you want, but we're only going to stick with the one that are in our meeting. Okay, boys and girls, please put yourselves back.
Miss Gardner, your voice is cutting.
Yeah.
It's past.
Time to go to
Your voice is breaking up.
yeah.
Miss Gardner, are you here?
Put yourself down to do new cards. You got 2 cards.
Your voice is breaking up. What are you saying?
Okay, boys and girls, there were some internet problems. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, everyone put yourself back on mute. And we are going to learn a new one today. The last of our ology words is actually going to go along with a myth that we read recently about Cupid. Who remembers? And don't unmute yourself without permission.
What's the word?
I haven't said it yet, Krish. I want you to guess it. Now, who remembers who Cupid fell in love with in the story of Cupid that we read a couple weeks ago? Don't unmute yourself without permission, boys and girls. You have to wait to be called upon. Okay, Rihanna, do you remember? Psyche, that's right. Now, Psyche was the most beautiful woman on earth, according to the story. She also has a name that has to do with meaning the mind and soul of a person. Very deep. Now, putting that together with our ology words, what word do you think we're learning next, Arima?
Psychology, which means the study of the mind.
That's right. Psychology, the study of the soul and mind. So you might have heard of psychology trying to figure out a person's personality and the way they think. A person might go to a psychologist if they need help with some personal things they're going through. Psychology is study of the soul or mental life is our precise definition. Just going to write it in the chat. Psychology, study of the soul or mental life. I forgot and already stapled these together, so it's going to be better if I can just put it in the chat. Psychology, study of the soul or mental life. And psyche, the name psyche, comes from this same Greek word. So it has to do with your mind and your soul.
Teacher, what does that rec mean? It means recording. It means recording.
Study of the soul or mental life. Okay, our last word that is not one of the ology words, but does come from the word logos, is logic. Who's heard the word logic before? Maybe some of you do logic puzzles. Do any of you ever do logic puzzles? Rashi?
Actually, in the Harry Potter book, it says that. Logic.
Yeah, so logic is when you use some information to figure out other information. For example, there are these logic puzzles, kind of like Sudoku. Does anybody do Sudoku? Or you need logic and chess too. I know some of you play chess. To figure out, based off of some information, what other information is. So logic is the skill of figuring out new information using reasoning. So the definition is reasoning to gain knowledge and wisdom.
Can you put it in the chat?
Delbon, you've got to stop unmuting yourself without permission. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. There is still noise going on. I don't know where that noise is coming from, but boys and girls, we've had a lot of unmuting ourselves without permission, and that just leads to a lot of confusion. Please stay muted unless you are called upon.
What does psychology mean again?
Size enough. Please don't unmute yourself without permission. I have it in the chat, but I know you got kicked out, so I'll write it again in the chat. But please remember to unmute yourself only when you get permission. And please lower your hands, boys and girls, unless you are currently thinking of a question that you have. Like right now, the cameras are not working very well for me, and so it'd be good for me to be able to see Saisanov's hand raised for the definition. So I don't want you all to just keep that hand up if there's not a reason for it. Rihanna and Arima, would you put your hands down? Click lower hand unless you have a question right now. Thank you, Arima. Rihanna, if you're there and you can hear me, please click lower hand unless you have a question right now. Thank you. Okay, thumbs up if you are finished with those cards. Just show me a thumbs up. Excellent. You're done with all of your index cards now for the week, so you can staple it together. All of those Logos cards are done. We are going to learn a Latin word next week that goes with this. Pretty soon, we'll be halfway through the year, and you should have a bunch of little booklets with all of your cards. Hopefully you've kept them organized and looking nice. You aren't going to have to keep these for a different quiz or test, but it's really fun to keep track of our learning in this way so that you can look back and see all of the different derivatives that we've learned and the Greek and Latin roots that you've learned. Can't see people for right now. I don't know why it's really struggling to connect with. But hopefully you guys have been doing well to hold on to your roots. You don't have to keep them, but I hope that some of you will. It's a good way to track your learning. Okay, boys and girls, that is all for literacy time. We're going to start on math next, and all you need is your workbook today. We are going to spend some time going over the pages that I know some of you got a head start on yesterday. So if you already got a head start, you'll just have some time to go over your answers. And for those of you who haven't started it yet, I'll get you started today as we go through some together. Okay, boys and girls, turn to page 135. I cannot see your screens. I don't know why. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, once again, you guys have been doing a great job of multiplication with regrouping so far, it seems. Thumbs up if you feel really good about multiplying with regrouping. Sideways if you are feeling okay about it, but still making some mistakes every so often. And down if you're having a hard time with multiplication with regrouping. I think most of you have been doing a really, really great job with this. So we are going to pretty much speed through these pages today. And then you won't have any other math work to do. We are going to have a review game at the end as well with mainly math problems, but also some other problems or questions from our content this week. Okay, let's go through a couple of these together on page 135. Devansh, would you tell us the steps in solving 486 times 2?
Okay. So first we do 6 times 2, which is 12. You put the 2 in the ones place and then 1 above the 8. And then you do 8 times 2, which equals 16. And then add the 1, which equals 17. You put the 7 in the tens place and 1 over the 4. And then you do 4 times 2, which equals 8. And then add 1 plus 8, which equals 9, 972.
Great job, Devansh. Okay, Rashi, would you do the next one for us in the same way that Devansh just walked through the steps?
Wait, what?
Would you walk through the steps in solving 279 times 3?
Okay, one moment. So 279 by 3. So 9 by 3 equals 27. So we put the 7 and we put the 2 above the tens. And then 7 by 3 equals 21. So we add 21 plus 2 and it equals 23. So we put the 3 and we put the 2 over the hundreds. And then 2 by 3 equals 6. 6 plus 2 equals 8. So the answer is 837. 837.
Excellent. Great job. I want to hear from everybody throughout this these next couple of pages, but it seems like most of you are doing so great. Make sure you go slowly enough that you are sure about your answers, because sometimes if you get too confident, then you'll make some simple mistakes. So please do make sure that you go slowly enough to really check your work. Darshika, could you walk us through the steps in 297 times 3?
Okay, 7 3s are 21. So you put 1 and put 2 above the 9.
Excellent.
So 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 plus 2 is 29. So you put the 9 and put a 2 above 2. 4 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and add 2 more, it's 8. So it's 891.
Excellent. 891. Okay. Sai, could you walk us through the steps in 304 times 3? Sai, could you unmute yourself? I hate when that happens. Sai Sanav, could you help with this next one? And then I'll have Sai do the one after it.
304 times 3 4 times 3 equals 2. So you put a 2 and put a 1 up the 0. And then 3 times 0 equals 0. And you put also do the 3s, so that equals 3 too.
This one actually, it's going to be 0 times 3 equals 0. Then add the 1.
Yeah.
So what does it be? What is it total?
3. So you put 3 there.
So 0 times 3 is just 0, Saisanov, right?
Okay. I was
So 0 plus 1 is what we're going to do for that one.
0 plus
Does that
1
make
is
sense?
equal to 1.
Exactly. I know that one's kind of tricky, but yeah, it's just 0. And so we add 1 to just 0.
And then
Does that make sense?
yeah. And then
Okay.
2 times 3 equals 9. So you just put the 9, and then the answer is 912.
Excellent. By the way, down below, as you're trying to come up with the answer to what type of key cannot unlock treasure chests, you should be seeing some of these answers down below.
I already
Okay, Sai.
know what it is.
Oh, you do? Okay. Sai, can you do the next one for us? 156 times 4.
I had to tell something. What I already figured out which it was yesterday without solving the problems.
Whoa, you're good at riddles.
Same.
100
Okay, can you show us the steps in solving 156 times 4?
6 times 4 equals 24. So you put the 4 underneath 6 times 4 and put the 2 above the 5.
Excellent. What's next?
The next step is 5 times 4, which equals 20. And then you add another 2. So it will give you the answer of 22. And then you put the 2 under the 5. And then you put a 2 above the 1. And 1 times 4 equals 4. And add a 2, which equals 6.
Excellent. So
And the answer is
624 is down below. Okay. So after you have solved for the next 3, what is it that is the type of key that cannot open treasure chests? What is it, Ahana?
A donkey?
A donkey. That's right.
Yes.
I already knew.
Yeah, but it never makes any sense.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's just like a silly riddle. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to skip over the last 3. It sounds like you guys are doing a great job with that. Although the part that Saisanov was doing where it's 0 times a number is a tricky one. It's the same logic that you use for all of the other problems, but it can be a little bit tricky when there's a 0 involved. So just remember, same steps. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Okay, time for some word problems now, and we're going to walk through some of these together. Who remembers how multiplication bar models are a little different than any other type of bar model that we've done so far? How are they different? Nethra, do you remember?
There are 2 reasons. One is, of course, you have to multiply instead of add. And 2 is, there can be so many, there can be like infinity parts. But in multiplication bar models, you only have to label 1.
Love it. Well explained, Nethra. Both differences, yes, we do multiply. And like you said, we could have so many parts, infinity parts. And even if we have all of those parts, we only need to label 1 because in multiplication, we have equal groups. Okay, so Krish, would you read this story problem for us? And I want you to also think through what a good answer sentence for it would be.
Okay, so 187 cars are in a park lot. Each car has 4 wheels. How many wheels do the cars have in all? So I'll say I'd say blink. How many wheels does the car have in all? I'd say the car has blink wheels in all.
Good. Let's make it plural, though. The cars, since it's lots of cars.
And also, I can see all the bar models and all of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I tried to erase it from my first class.
But I didn't look at it. After I was done, then I looked. Can I do
Okay.
the problem also?
Thank you, Krish. Not right now. I'm sure you can do a great job, but I'm going to call on somebody else. Rihanna? You unmute yourself, Rihanna? Oh, I'll get to her for another part. How about Shatij? Shatij, would you unmute yourself and tell us how many groups? Oh, there's Rihanna. Rihanna, I'll get to you for the next one since you left the meeting accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay, Shatij, how many groups are there in this problem?
How many groups? I think there are 4 groups.
Very good. We're going to draw out 4 groups. Now, technically, it would be better if it was 187 groups because picture 187 cars, each of them has 4 wheels. But should we draw out 187 groups of 4?
It could take a year or 2, but you can.
Yeah, it'll take a year or 2, but what should we do instead?
Just draw 4.
That's right. We know that in multiplication, we can flip the numbers and still get the same product.
Yeah,
That's the commutative property of multiplication. And because of that property, we can actually just make 4 groups of 187 instead of 187 groups of 4.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier.
Well, yeah.
How do we
and
label it,
again,
Shatij?
Well, each group will have
If there are 4 groups, what is each group equal to?
each group will be equal to, I think, 187.
Excellent. We only have to label it once. Now, the question mark is at the top. We're trying to solve for the total. Okay, boys and girls, please solve for 187 times 4. And then I'm going to have Rihanna share her answer. Rihanna, are you already done?
Yeah, I did it beforehand.
Excellent. Okay, I'll have you share your answer in just a minute in case other people need time to finish. Who's already done with 187 times 4? I know some of you got a head start yesterday even on completing these pages. Okay, Brianna, you can tell us the steps in solving it now.
So you multiply 187 times 4. 187 goes on the top. 7 times 4 is 8. You add 2 to 32, making it 4. Then you add 3 to 1 times 4, which is 7. The answer is 187 cars have 748 wheels in all.
Okay, excellent job. Although the explanation here, slow down to truly think through, like 7 times 4 is 28, not 8. Because you got the right answer and you knew what to do, but we want to just slow down and think through what's happening. Excellent job. 748 is the answer. Now with this one, it says 198 students attend a school. Each student carries 3 books. Again, it makes a little more sense if it's 198 little groups of 3, but what should we do instead of that? Darshika?
We should only put it in one place. If we put it in one place, it equals, because it's an equal group, so it means for all of them.
Good. And how many groups are there in this problem?
3 groups.
Excellent. Even though it would make more sense for there to be 198 little groups, we can just put 3 groups of 198 and get the same answer. And that makes a nice and neat little bar model.
Miss Gunna, should I tell a answer sentence?
I'd love to hear one, yes.
Because I did all my workbook pages yesterday.
Excellent. I'd love to hear an answer sentence.
They carried dash books in all. And I just wanted to ask you, because yesterday I did, my answer sentence for the last problem was different.
Oh, that's okay. It can be slightly different, but as long as the concept is the same, you're good. Okay, so with this one, you would need to multiply 198 times 3. Thumbs up if you already solved that one. Most of you, excellent. Saisanov, if you're there, can you keep your camera on? And then finally, Jill.
I can.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with your camera. But Jill feeds her pet hamster 5 food pellets every single day. How many food pellets does she feed her hamster in 165 days? That's a weird thing to ask about, but she wants to know how much she feeds her pet hamster in 165 days for whatever reason. So 5 groups of 165 is going to be the easier way to do this one. Over here on page 137, we've got some multiplication here that you can stack your number to solve, but I also want to walk through a little shortcut. Kind of mental multiplication. Do you guys want to walk through mental multiplication for this one? Okay. So if we have a problem like this, 450 times 2, we can just multiply each place value times 2. So what's 0 times 2? 0. What's 5 times 2? 10, which means we're going to keep a 0 there and regroup that 1. You could write out the 1 if you want to, or just think in your head, I'm regrouping a 1 to the hundreds place. Now what's 4 times 2? 8, but we're going to add that extra 1. So what's the total in the hundreds place? 9. So 900. If any of you would like to do that extra challenge of solving it in your head, kind of like that, and you could write out the numbers that you're regrouping as well, you can do that if you would like. Yes, Darshika?
I needed help on number 6.
Okay, 232 times 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's walk through those steps together, Darshika. Tell me what you're going to do first.
2 times 4 is 8. Then 4 times 3 is 12. So we put 2 and put 1 in the hundreds place. And 8, so 4 times 2 is 8, and add 1 more is 9. So
Yep, that's the answer.
928. So my question was like 450 was like more than that, but 232 was less than that. So how could it make more than 900?
Wait, say that question one more time.
So like in number 6, it's like 232, but in number 5, it's more than that. So
oh, good question. Okay,
Anyway.
so 232 is less than 450, yet the product is greater. But notice what you're multiplying by. Krish?
So it's lesser because you see 450 times 2. But when we use this, we do 232 times 4. So when we multiply with 2, that's lesser than multiplying with 4. 4 is greater, and so if you multiply, it equals a greater amount than 450 times 2.
Yes, great job. So it's about the number that we're multiplying by. And we could make an estimate here to help you to understand it too. Like we could estimate 232 as 200. 200 times 4 is 800.
So, oh, I get it.
But it's greater than that. Okay, so for this next one, it says circle the chest with the greatest product. These are the same ones that were up here. So once you're done solving this, circle the one with the greatest. That means the most or the biggest. And least means the smallest. So you've already solved these up here by the time you get to numbers 9 and 10. And then at the bottom, Keith runs from tree A to B to C to D to E, then F. The trees are planted 134 meters apart. So you could even write that out if you'd like. 134 M stands for meters. Each of them are that many meters apart from each other. How far does Keith run in all? You could draw this out if you want to. He's going from A all the way to what? Arima?
He's going from A all the way to F, but I have a question.
So how many little groups is that? First of all, Arima. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a tricky one. I wanted to draw that out so you could see it, boys and girls, because it does look like it's 6 groups because it's 6 letters, but notice how many little areas of 134 there are. 1 group, 2 groups, 3, 4, 5 groups. So that can be really tricky if you don't actually draw it out or have some sort of visual. But it's 134 times 5. That's how you're going to solve it. Did any of you have a tough time with that before? Okay. Yeah, that one makes sense that it might be a little bit tricky, but it's only 5 groups. And if you solved 134 times 6, the product wouldn't have been any of these options. Okay, that is all for today. Who is done with all 3 of those pages already, 135 through 137? Great job. If you still have a little bit more, like there were just these 2 problems up here, solving 134 times 5 for this one. And then a couple more problems on the pages before too, if you haven't done that yet. But it should not take you too long since we did over half of it. Yes, Devansh?
For the problem, the one that says Keith runs blank meters and all, do we need to draw a bar model?
Oh, great question. It is a word problem, but no, this is kind of your visual already.
Yeah, because it would be kind of weird because I didn't know how to draw a bar model for that part.
If you do draw a bar model, it would look like this. We would do 5.
I draw the bar model. I did.
Yeah, I did.
That's what the bar model would look like if you did one.
Oh, but we don't have to do one?
No,
Can we do one?
Yes, absolutely. I love for you all to do a bar model with every word problem, but with this one, there's already this visual. So I'd be okay if you didn't do one since it already shows the 5 little groups.
Okay.
I did a bar.
Good question. Okay, Arima?
Are we gonna do like a Kahoot game?
We're doing it now. We had to finish up our math time.
What?
Okay, who's ready for Kahoot now? Sai, there's doubles of you. You're a clone. Who's ready for a Kahoot game? We're going to go to www.kahoot.it. Oops. And I'll get you the game pin in just a moment. It's 875-3023. Okay, so sounds like you're playing chimes. Who thinks they're going to be the Kahoot master today? Who's going to be top of the podium? There's some math problems. There's also some science, some
Can you
history,
present your screen?
literature.
Should we bring out our whiteboard just so we can do it on?
Yes, a few of the math problems might be better to write down on a whiteboard.
Can you present your screen?
And did you do it for 1 minute this time since?
Yes, the math problems I think you'll have plenty of time for.
Why are we not doing it on Nearpod?
Because it's way more fun.
True, but
On Kahoot, you can't pick your characters. Like
Oh, and you can also pick
True. My main reason is because I can edit the games on Kahoot, and on Nearpod, I have to save it just the way it is. And so if there's any mistakes, I can't fix them.
yeah, for me on Kahoot, like on my birthday, it was really easy. You just had to do the question, give some answers, and then it's it. And then you can even edit it again if you want to change it.
I know. I like the ability to edit it. Okay.
You can change your
We got
answer.
COVID-19 Arjun. Not your answer for the maker, Rihanna. We've got
Can you present?
Rima, Rihanna, Darshika, Krish, Shatij, Saisanov, Devanch, Rashi, who is, and then I think Sai is Avatar. Who's Kahoot Master and who's Among Us?
I'm Kahoot Master.
Krish is Kahoot
Among Us
Master.
is
Okay, who's Among Us?
Among Us is the most famous game, but I'm Kursh.
Yeah, it's really good. I like the game.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like
Who is the character Among Us?
I've been imposter like a few times.
I know,
The
it's the most
imposter?
fun thing.
Who's the
Have you ever played Ms. Gardner?
Have I ever played
Yeah, Among Us.
Kahoot?
Wait, have you?
No, Among
I
Us.
have not ever played Among Us. I don't even know
But
what it
there's
is.
actually
If that you're an adult now, maybe it won't be as fun.
you get to pick a world, and one of the players is
I do the
a
scale the most.
Okay, maybe I'll try it out this weekend. If so, I'll let you guys know what I think. Yes, Darshika?
Can you present your screen? So
I would be happy to. Yep.
Who is Among Us?
Okay, let's get started now. Please
Just wait.
keep yourselves on mute so that there's not background noise. Okay, here's our review. First question, what is usually the first word in an interrogative sentence? Is it the predicate verb, the subject, helping verb, or direct object? Which one is it? time's up. Correct answer is helping verb. All of you got it right. Great job. But looks like Krish was the fastest. Which world religion started in the Roman Empire and these people were persecuted? Is it Muslims, Christians, Hindus, or Jews that we learned about? Their world religion started in the Roman Empire and many of them were persecuted. Christians is correct. Great job. Next question. Which of the following was not one of the reasons for the decline of Rome? Soldiers fighting against each other, Julius Caesar's death, corrupt emperors, or barbarian attacks? Which one was not a reason for the decline of Rome? Julius Caesar's death. Good job. That is the only one that wasn't a part of the reason for Rome's decline. Actually, after his death, Augustus Caesar became emperor, and it was stronger and bigger than ever. But all of the others were reasons for the decline of Rome. Oh, Kshitij took the lead, followed by Darshika. Valkyrie is Rihanna, Arjun, and Sai.
Come on, upstairs there.
Who was upstairs at Princess Irene's house in The Princess and the Goblin? Goblins, a cook, her grandmother, or her great-great-grandmother?
Great-great-grandmother. Great.
Arjun, don't give it away.
But it's just funny to say it.
10 of you got it right. Her great-great-grandmother or great-big-grandmother, which is more fun.
Great, she says great, not great big. I thought she says great big great.
Well, the technical name for her is great-great-grandmother.
Great big old
Great big old huge grandmother.
Great big old huge grandmother.
Next question. Blank is when people damage ecosystems by putting harmful substances in the soil, water, or air. Landfills, introduced species, pollution, or acid rain. Which one is when there's harmful substances in land, water, or air? Correct answer, pollution. Excellent. If you said landfills, that's a type of pollution because it can add chemicals to land and water through landfills. But and introduced species can be harmful, but it's not pollution. Acid rain is also just an example of pollution. Okay, next question. Which of the following is not an example of pollution? Is it acid rain from burning fossil fuels like coal, pesticides and fertilizers, water pollution like an oil spill, or introduced species? Good. Introduced species can be harmful for an ecosystem, but it's not pollution because it's not putting bad things into the water, air, or soil. Kshitij is in the lead. 4 times 800. Some of you might be able to do this mentally, but write it out if you need to. 4 times 800. Remember that if you know 4 times 8, you can solve it by just adding those extra zeros. Four times 800. Excellent job, 3,200. If 4 times 8 equals 32, it's 32 plus an extra 2 zeros. You remember that? Okay, next question. Kshitij is on a streak. Excellent job. Arima and Nethra are into the top 5 now. Next question. 6 times 60, use the same strategy for this. Is it 360, 300, 320, or 340? If you know 6 times 6, you can solve it in your head. Oh, Ahana, I thought you said 0 for the last one, but you meant the circle. Excellent job. 360 is the right answer. A couple people said 320, but 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, same top 5. Next question, write this problem out if you need to. 520 times 2. 520 times 2. Is it 1020, 1040, 1004, or 104? Still 10 seconds. 1020, 1040, 1004, or 104. 1040 is the correct answer. Great job. 10 of you got it right. 3 of you put 104. I think that for that one, you just forgot the extra 0. But we have to put, for 0 times 2, we have to actually write a 0. So it looks like that's what those other 3 got wrong. Next question. Oh, switching up the top 5 a little bit. Kshitij, Arjun, Arima, Krish, and Darshika. Arima's on a streak right now. Next question. 482 times 3. 1046, 1840, 1446, or 1000. Oh no, I put the same answer twice. Oh, I'm sorry about that, boys and girls. I didn't even pick that up in the first class. How did that not? Anyway.
Wait a second, that means, how about one of these, the 2 correct answers is correct? That would be a big mistake.
I know, I just made a mistake on that.
Oh no.
Just solve it though, Kshitij. It's okay, just solve
I just
it.
solved it, I'm already done with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
1446. I guess I didn't pick up on it before because neither of them were the correct answer. Sorry about that. Okay, 1446 is the correct answer. This next one is going to be a little bit harder. Arjun's in the lead right now. Good job, Arjun. Okay, Nathra's breaking into the top 5. Good job. 389 times 6. 389 times 6. Is it 2,334, 2,430, 1,846, or 2,330? Okay, the correct answer is 2,334. 9 of you got that right. Good job. This one's a little harder, mainly if you have a hard time with your 6 facts, because you need to know 6 times 9, 6 times 8,
There's
and
a
6
very
times...
big correct for this. I know there's a big correct. Just multiply just the very first digit. See if that digit is there. And 9 times 6 is 54. So 4 and 4 is the only one from all of these. That's how I got first of them all. The first person who answered.
That's very good, Kshitij. Yep, if there's regrouping, it's going to change things, but that at least gets you pretty close. Okay, same top 5. Last question. What does the Greek word logos mean? Time, far away, right draw, or word and study? Ending on an easier one. time, far away, write, draw, or word study. Excellent. Word or study. Let's see who's on the podium. Krish made it to 3rd place. Good job, Krish. Shatij made it to 2nd place. Good job, Shatij. And Arjun made it to 1st place. Good job. Excellent job, all of you.
And Darshika and Nethra. Darshika is 4th and Nethra is 5th.
Don't do anything.
Yeah,
yet.
I think
It's
Darshika in 4th, Nethra in
Let's
5th.
show that bottom.
Okay, I'll see where the rest of us fall.
I think it only says top 5.
I was 7.
On the teacher screen, I can see everybody though.
Why haven't you done that yet before then?
Because I don't want you all to see everybody's. But
One day can a
Arjun
kid make
got
it?
Arjun's the only one to have gotten every single question right. Good job, Arjun. 4th and 5th place were Darshika and Nethra. And Arima was right behind. He had the same amount of questions correct. Followed by Devansh, then Rihanna, then Kahoot Master, then
Please
Sai.
call me Valkyrie.
Okay, that is all for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday.
That's the first time I've been so close to reaching the podium.
You were so close, Nethra.
I've been on the podium about a few times.
Me too.
I haven't been
A lot of times.
I haven't been on the podium yet.
There's always times.
I've never, ever been on the podium.
Miss Gardner, I have one more question though.
Me either.
On the book report, I had a question. Like for the Chronicles of Narnia, is it okay if I just, since there are like 4, there are lots of people that are like Edmund, Peter, lots of people are.
Lucy.
Sorry, can I just say
Yeah.
No, I think they're all main characters, so it'd be better to write a Nethra, sweetheart.
And also,
Hey, Arjun,
also when
I'm
it
still-
said-
Arjun,
Bye.
wait, slow down. I'm still answering your question. So please slow down. Okay.
Bye, Miss Gardner.
Your question was, bye, have a wonderful Friday. So since there are only 4 siblings, I want you to tell at least the names of each of those 4 siblings. And there are a few other main characters. Who would you say are the other main characters that you're going to write about?
Aslan, the witch, and I think that's it, yeah.
I think that would be great. If you could do the 4 siblings plus Aslan and the White Witch. You could do others, but those are the main ones.
And also, for the thing where the thing took place, can I just say it took place in a snowy area? It was this magical world called Narnia. You could enter through a wardrobe.
Yeah, excellent. That's a great way to describe it. You could say it's winter all year because of, at least it's been winter for years because
but
of
then
the White
after
Witch.
Aslan came, it turned into spring.
That's right.
Ryan can say for most of the time.
Yes, Rafi?
So actually,
Welcome again.
so actually my question
Bye, Hannah. Have a great weekend.
So my question is for the book report, whenever it said like what did you learn in